we're coming in hot on a Monday with Versus talking. We're talking new Starfleet Academy, the Super Bowl trailers, and the halftime show. We're going to get into that, as well as sports movies. Everyone's here today. All hands on deck. Let's go. Go around the horn. Intro yourselves, please.
Oh, really?
You're muted. Your mic's not
muted.
working. Your mic's not on. No, you're not muted. Your mic's not on.
Your mic's not on. There you go, Dante. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Go to
next step.
Oh.
Come on.
I personally muted myself. I'm so silly. That's Paul Chato here with Call Me Chato and or Appalling News, whichever you know me from. So.
Oh, that's loud.
Am I
Steph,
loud?
my nerdy home. I did not watch the Super Bowl or the halftime show.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, and the only Bad Bunny that I acknowledge is Bugs Bunny. All right, it's the only one in my heart.
Hi, I'm Elaine at Nerd Cookies. I chat about sci-fi and fantasy news and other things. So I've been a mess since the Project Hail Mary final trailer premiered. So I'm really excited to talk about it.
Let's go.
Here I am. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Dante from Rebel Riot, guys. And that was the worst Super Bowl I ever watched in my life. Can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, Alan Ng, and I spent all morning preparing for Hollywood on the Rocks. That's where my brain is at the moment.
That's a joke from Alan. Let's get into real quick. We're gonna get right into Super Bowl trailer rundown. Box office this weekend. There's a couple movies I'm paying attention to, and I want to see. I actually don't know what the box office is. Alan, bring up the numbers.
Yes.
I'm curious how Iron Lung did, because I know people who didn't catch it opening weekend that were looking forward to it. So let's see how it's done.
All right. Well, coming in first, back to number one is Send Help. Then we drop to Angel Studios' Solo Mio, starring Kevin James. And then the ever-loving Iron Lung. And then Stray Kids, the Domin 8 experience. Followed by Dracula, Zootopia 2, The Strangers, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Shelter, and the libs are creaming themselves over Melania, dropping 67%.
Well, Iron Lung dropping from 2 to 3, that's amazing. Solo Mio, not surprised. Really sweet romantic comedy, kind of that Hollywood doesn't make anymore. So Kevin James did a little indie movie that Angel Studios is distributing. Dracula is effectively a foreign film coming out from Vertical. This is and then Strangers Chapter 3, I saw very mixed to negative reaction on that. A weak box office overall, but Iron Lung is the big story. That's huge. That is huge. Now at 31.5 million domestic growth. That's insane. Any other takeaways? I think people are more interested in football.
Yeah, Disbrew did a really good video on Iron Lung. I had no idea that this took like 4 years for him to make, for Markiplier to make. I didn't know it was self-funded. I didn't know like all of the ins and outs of the Iron Lung movie when I learned about it. I mean, yeah, that is truly an incredible story. I had no idea. I knew that he was making that movie, but I thought like it was just this past year. I didn't know how long it had taken him to make this movie. And I mean, he really is like celebrating, and it's well deserved from everything that I've learned in the creation of this movie. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, look. Oh, sorry, Elaine.
He's poured his blood, sweat, and tears into this movie. I think he was actually hospitalized because he got too much fake blood in his eyes. So he had to go to the hospital.
Oh my God.
What was he using? Gee.
The
other thing of note. Sorry, the other thing of note is no movie made over $10 million over the weekend.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay.
I mean, just shows you how slow the weekend is. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also February. It's Super Bowl. So there you go. A weak box office, but the good news is this is the third YouTuber that I know of who has made a movie that has made a profit in a wide release in theaters. The third YouTuber I'm aware of.
Who were the first two?
Well, of course, Chris Stuckman, and
That
then
made profit?
What's that?
Shelby Oaks, that made profit?
Yes, it was made for almost nothing.
Ah.
It was made for almost nothing with a Kickstarter. So and then the brothers who Australian brothers who may bring her back.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe it won't be the last. So there you go. But let's talk about the trailers and the Super Bowl. Before the stream started, we were all discussing this Super Bowl, and I believe, having watched all Super Bowls since I was a kid, and that was a long, long time ago. Okay. Based on the game itself, the halftime show, and the commercials, the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen. A lot of times it's the game. The game is amazing. Commercials, not so much. Halftime show is great. On one of the three, this is the worst ever. Your quick reaction, and then let's show some of the trailers and react to them.
There was maybe like 2 or 3 good commercials. Like I think the Dunkin' Donuts with Ben Affleck was pretty funny.
Yeah.
With all the old like 90s sitcom stars. I thought the Lay's potato chips with the father and daughter was pretty wholesome. Actually surprisingly wholesome. Outside of that though, man, like it was pretty drab. What's funny, even the halftime show, Bad Bunny, it was fine. Like it wasn't as bad.
We'll get into that.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe because I didn't know what he was talking about because I don't speak
You didn't learn
Spanish.
Spanish in 4 months.
So I don't know what he's talking about. But just from the visual, it didn't look overly political, right? It looked, like obviously he was paying homage to his heritage, and that's fine, right? I have no problem with that. We've all seen that, right? America has had every kind of Super Bowl halftime show, right? We had the Dr. Dre and Snoop showing that part of the culture. We have him doing his thing. We've had like country bands doing their thing. The halftime show has always been diverse. That's not even a big deal. I thought it was going to be very, very political, like a bunch of people wearing fucking ICE shirts, but there weren't, right? It was just blah. It was everything about the Super Bowl was so blah and boring, and I regret not just playing video games instead of watching that shit, but here we are.
As someone who just played video games instead of watching that shit, you should have done that instead.
Yeah.
I will say I did like the Lay's commercial. I went over a couple of the ads today, and I saw the Dunkin' Donuts one, but that one was really cheesy, super cheesy. So I didn't care for it.
I mean, it's supposed to be cheesy.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't care for it. Maybe because I have such a disconnect with celebrities nowadays. I'm just like, oh, God, more celebrities. But the Lay's commercial was probably my favorite one. I actually really liked that one. It was like a focus on farmers in North America. Like it was really cute. It had a family who works hard, and the daughter's going to take over for the dad. It was a good commercial. It got me in the feels. I liked that one. I didn't watch Bad Bunny. I didn't care to watch Bad Bunny. I watched the TPUSA, the halftime show. I really enjoyed that one. And as far as trailers go, I think Project Hail Mary and Disclosure Day, I'm actually a little bit more interested in Disclosure Day. I didn't know that was a movie that was coming out, so that was a surprise for me.
I'll tell you the problem with Bad Bunny. Or are we going to talk about that later?
No, later, but just
okay,
the game and the experience of the whole show.
Yeah, I'm looking at what, $8 million an ad. Do you feel like
at the least
8 to 10?
8 to 10. Well, 8 average. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, the worst ad for sure, for as far as like movie promotion goes, was the Mandalorian. And Grogu.
We'll watch that. But check this. This is an ad that ran in 2014, I believe. Some of you may or may not remember this, starring Ricky Gervais. It's a car ad.
Annoying little twerp that doesn't even come from here. That fang-faced wimp, Gervais, should keep his big mouth to himself and stay unfunny in his own stupid country. Loser. Uncle Ricky.
Yeah?
What does all this mean?
It means I'm doing something right.
Oh, do you want to hear more?
Do I?
Ricky is a pig-nosed troll.
That's great.
I mean, a simple Audi ad, right? Like these ads were fun. I miss fun ads like that.
When was
Even
the last good Super Bowl? Because I say it peaked with Janet Jackson's tit, and we've been downhill ever since.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That was controversial back in the day. Janet Jackson's tit. Now we have celebrities walking the red carpet, hanging their dresses off of their nipple rings. Like that,
Yeah, right.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, you're muted. You're muted.
You're still making fun of
This
Dante.
time, yes.
I believe that was the best Super Bowl game ever, the greatest halftime ever, and the Mandalorian ad was the best.
Oh my God!
You
Someone
keep that
swap-
access.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
There you go.
I have access media issues. I would say, Dante, the worst Super Bowl games were all the ones Buffalo lost.
Yeah.
Oh, so every one,
Every
single one that they've been
every
in.
single one. Yes. Every Buffalo Super Bowl was the worst ones. I'm just saying. Yes, correct. You're right. They lost them all.
The best team won, that's for sure. So that's always good.
Hey.
Yeah. I just as a whole, like I said, like you've got these three elements: the halftime show, the game itself. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance. You know, the game starts at 3. They didn't kick off till 3:40. That's how long it took for the official Doritos coin toss. I mean, everything is sponsored. But let's talk about the trailers and commercials. This is what I said is, why does this feel like a promo for a fast food chain? This is the
Coca-Cola commercial.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's watch the teaser. That let's just watch it together. It's only 36 seconds.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force.
Aww.
The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
Was that Sam Elliott?
Choose
Yeah.
your
I'm pretty
What?
sure it was. I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Now-
Budweiser. It's the Clydesdales.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, please, what did you guys think? And then Lucasfilm had to issue a statement because people were confused. Lucasfilm marketing brand lead Ryan Stankovich clears up confusion about the Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl ad. Our creative and marketing team landed on a unique concept that gave a nod to classic big game spots of years past. It captured the warmth, humor, and emotional connection between these two beloved characters and was the perfect next step for our campaign as we lead up
Perfect, yeah.
their big screen debut this summer. Can you think of an ad campaign where they had to clarify because reaction was so mixed to negative? And what did you guys think of the ad?
Well, that sure is Stankovich.
I don't.
Welcome
I'm
to high
embarrassed.
school.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
You
I
spent
don't.
$10
I
million
don't.
for that.
I know. I don't think that
No.
people were confused about it. I think people were upset because they were expecting a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, and instead they got this satirical trailer. Like that's not what they wanted. They wanted a trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And when your brand is suffering as bad as Star Wars is, well, I don't expect this movie to do very well in theaters. Like, put out an actual trailer. The most hilarious thing that I saw was that people comparing this trailer to like a Ford truck commercial, and they were like, get your Tauntaun F-150. Like, I was dying at some of those comments that are on their YouTube channel below their trailer. They're excellent because that's how people are feeling. They're like, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want this trailer. This is a weird trailer. Why did you put this out? Why did you waste time putting this out when you could have given us another trailer to the actual movie?
Yeah, there was a time when we took Star Wars seriously. And that
I
time
mean-
has gone. Now that
I think Disney has a marketing problem. You know, like the fact that they spent so much money on this dumbass ad, and then they spent zero money like advertising or marketing Wonder Man, which surprisingly, whether you liked it or hated it, is the best shit that they've had in years, right? So Disney has a marketing problem, man. I don't know one person who's excited for this movie, like not one. Like even the Shields, like sometimes I browse the Shields channels just to see what they're talking about. They're not even talking about this. Like no one cares about this movie.
Well, and I'm seeing too that people are comparing the first trailer, like for The Mandalorian season 1, how far it's fallen. Like this is a character they created. It was an original character under Disney. And he actually was cool at one point. I mean, he was when he was bounty hunting, and the first trailer was, you know, it was good. It was decent. He looked like he was formidable and cool. And how much that they've ruined their own character it's insane. They can't
Dude,
even
the first
manage to
season
do their
had-
own thing.
The first season had Werner Herzog, man. Like, how did they go from that to like where it is now?
They don't know what they're doing. This is the same company that had 2 pivotal Mandalorian episodes and put it in the Book of Boba Fett, which no one watched. Yeah, this is just going to be a television episode. Even though Favreau says that this is separate and it's not season 3, this is just going to be a television episode.
I mean,
So-
this is classic Dave Filoni to me, the just derivative of other things and trying to pass it off as creativity. This statement that they made is just embarrassing. I just feel embarrassment for them. They should be embarrassed.
You know, I want to ship Dave Filoni and Alex Kurtzman. I think they would
Stop that.
I think they would go
Stop
well
that.
together. You know, some of the comments here, well, this is for kids, and I hate to break it to you, but
No.
well,
let's
hold
stop
on,
that
hold on,
shit.
hold on. When I was a kid, I was into Star Wars, the first movie. You know, that's the thing is these creators don't understand what kids want, and they think that this is it.
So let me attack this from a different.
Kid is just an excuse. Like that's just an excuse to put out terrible content, right? It's just for kids. Don't worry. Growing up, we had, at least for me, I would watch, you know, Batman the Animated Series, the X-Men cartoon. None of that was talking down to me as if I was stupid. You know, they were good stories. Watching them back as an adult, I can watch them back and be like, be entertained by it because it was smart writing. Saying that it's just for kids is just an excuse to put out bad and terrible content, lazy content.
Yeah.
Let me take this from a different perspective. So I've been in writers' rooms, and when I watch stuff like this, I try to sometimes take it back to the creative core and how people react to stuff. I can actually believe, uncynically, that a group of creative people that might have even include Favreau, because he's a funny guy, and when they pitched this idea, let's do a parody of the Budweiser Clydesdales, I can honestly say that they probably thought that was a really funny idea, especially in the context of putting it on the Super Bowl. Okay, to me, if that was pitched to me, it would make a terrific amount of sense. The issue I have is which tail is wagging which dog, in that which is the IP that you want to parody. So I could see Budweiser doing this for a Budweiser ad, making a parody of Star Wars and going, oh, we've replaced the Clydesdales with the Tauntauns. Okay. In many ways, that would have made more sense. We probably would have gotten good laughs out of it. This way, they're kind of slumming. They're going, we're going to go down and take this IP that used to be the king of IPs, king of, you know where I'm going now. And we're going to go to the king of beers now. You don't always know that an idea doesn't work until you've actually published it and get the reaction of the fans out there. But I can genuinely say that the creatives thought that they had something here, even though I think the vector was in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but that's the
Well,
problem.
I
is
think
they thought, hold on, because we're not supposed to talk over each other, and I want to before we move on.
What? I
Uh,
just mentioned something about
they-
chat. I brought the energy down.
If
Come
they
on, man.
do think that this is the right course, and I agree with Paul, they probably do. To have you have to be in a mood to have fun with shit like this. Oh, look, it's the Mandalorian and Grogu, and they're mimicking it, but ain't no one got good feelings. We don't want to be playing. How about you release a fucking movie that's good for a change? Like that's the energy we got. I don't want to see them mimicking commercials. And just real quick, because I wanted to say something similar to Steph. When someone says, "Oh, it's for kids," that's the biggest red flag and or self-own ever, because it means you don't know how to fucking write for more like a classic. It's for kids. Kids should find it entertaining and it should make them feel things. And then if you're an adult and you watch it, you get something entirely different and you know exactly what's going on, which is what a lot of those things are like. Again, the steps that you can go back and watch all those Batman animated, and holy shit, some of the things I missed as a kid, I knew it made me feel some way, but I didn't know I couldn't really. And then as an adult, you're like, oh my God, that's a super serious subject. But they had talent, even though it was for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids like deserve good stories.
I mean, this was underwhelming. But Paul, I agree with you. Pitched in a room, I could see that people going nuts. And apparently they spent a lot of money on this ad to make the ad and then to give it the 8-10 million, whatever they spent.
But
by Disney doing it
in that room, you're missing that person that says, you guys don't think that we should just cut a really good trailer? That's the person you're missing in that room.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have enough parts to cut a good trailer, Steph?
Yeah,
there've been a couple.
I think you're right.
Is it not almost done filming?
No, it's done. I'm sure it's mostly done.
Well, and
They should
the
have
Minions
something.
the Minions trailer, I think they just showed like a little snippet of it, but that was hilarious. Of the little minion dude coming from a long ways away, and
that
was cute.
well, the trailer.
But
is
also,
online.
if they're just going to blatantly rip off like old marketing ads, then why not do something better than that? Like that was just boring. It was stupid. Like they would have been off. It would have been a better commercial if it was like the "What's up," like ad.
Right.
Having the Mandalorian do that shit, right? Like at least it would have been entertaining and funny, right? Like the Clydesdale thing was like. Look, here's the thing. We got it because we're old, right? We're old. We get it. The Clydesdale horses, whatever. Can you imagine being a young person watching that ad and wondering what the hell is this?
Clearly, that's what happened because they had to release a goddamn press release explaining what they were doing. Yeah.
Like if you're a Gen
like
Z
terrible.
watching that, like
It's a good point.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Star Wars was good these days, these last few years, we could tolerate something like that. We could find the humor in that. But when Star Wars has been just flailing and just pushing out one bad thing after the other, this just compounds upon that. Even if
it goes for
you
spin-offs,
thought it was good. I mean, you're in the writer's room and someone says, and then Grogu uses the Force to grab the reins. I mean, like, let's do that.
I would have had the Rings of Power fan club do a pitch for Grogu and
Galadriel. That's my girl.
Hey, there was a good reaction to some stuff here. Let me actually show you guys this. This is Project Hail Mary. They dropped this trailer at 11 a.m. Pacific time, like 4 hours before the Super Bowl. And the version they ran during the Super Bowl was, of course, shorter. But let's watch this. By the way, there are early access tickets available if you follow.
Wayne, are you crying?
Well, there's a waiting
I
list.
would die for Rocky.
She's crying.
Every time.
spoiler.
It's
She said she would die for Rocky.
No, I
Yeah,
would die
I'll-
for Rocky.
Yeah.
That's the
I'll
song.
do
Did you hear the song? The
That's-
Prince
That's
song
the-
that they remember?
Song was a bit on the nose.
But that trailer, I mean, they showed a much shorter version during the Super Bowl. That's kind of par for the course. But you can get early access tickets and register. See it the Monday before it opens, so a little early. But I think that was the most widely received positive trailer.
Yeah, it was good.
Any thoughts, feedback, or Elaine, when you're
My feedback is I wonder whether it's going to be Grogu or Rocky toys plush toys that win.
Well, there is a Lego. There's a Lego version of that has Rocky, Ryland Grace, and his ship. So that just came out for pre-order.
That's a good question,
and-
though. I mean, does anyone even still care about Baby Yoda? Like, is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I
I don't
honestly
think so
feel like
either.
it seems like
Past.
they've milked it way past its expiration date. It's
Yeah.
and Rocky is not a device to sell cutesy toys or try to get, lean into. It's an intelligent story. He's a genius engineer, and they showcased some of that stuff in some of the other trailers where he's making things. He's the engineer, and the way he looks is so good. The practical effects, the puppeteer is the one that I guess voices him, Rocky. So much of this trailer just is so well made. Greg Fraser, who was the cinematographer for Dune 1 and 2, and the Batman is on this as well. It looks so beautiful. I love the color.
What do you mean you don't want a Rocky toy? I want a Rocky toy. I want this. I want the environment.
I'll take the Lego.
What?
Like screw Grogu. It's all about Rocky now. This
Yeah, and the suit, his environment, and I want to know what it breathes.
He's a bubble boy.
Yeah, but it's a germophobic rock.
Well,
Is it? I'm just
he's
guessing.
from a different planet. He has a different
a silicon-based
atmosphere,
planet.
Should have given him a Scottish accent though. Missed opportunity.
Yeah,
An
make him sound
engineer. All right,
That
fine.
was-
I want the Rocky toy.
My childhood is taking a beating, man. I mean, if you would have told me my 10-year-old self that I would hate Star Wars by the time I got this age, there's no way I would have believed you. But between that
They work
and
hard.
Oh, dear
They
God.
work hard to get you there. Give them some credit.
I mean, they did. They had to work really hard to get me there. Oh, and Mark Hamill helped with that quite a bit. So,
And
but
I'd say
yeah,
this is much
it's so
more-
disappointing.
Yeah, well,
Someone in chat mentioned crypto, and the new Supergirl trailer has baby crypto, puppy crypto.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Rocky
We are
over
gonna
crypto.
watch it. We're gonna watch it. I have it.
Well, I think speaking to that, as far as utilizing the cuteness factors, I mean, we liked Star Wars as a kid. It wasn't specially made for children. It was just accessible to kids. I mean, we were just fascinated with the universe, fell in love with the characters, and formulating something specifically to it's like creativity in a boardroom, or it's anti-creativity. It just feels like it's corporate slop, and that's what the Mandalorian and Grogu felt like I feel like it was made in an HR boardroom, whereas there are other creatives that are just telling a good story, and that's what kids will respond to. So I feel like they're much more likely to go see Project Hail Mary, that even though there's hard science elements in it, it's very accessible to everyone, and hopefully will aspire young kids too, and that will, like Star Trek used to.
You know what? I just feel like studios don't know how to market anymore, man. There was a time where studios knew how to market their movies and market their product. I mean, we're talking about these movies, even recently with the He-Man movie and them talking about Skeletor as the embodiment of toxic masculinity. I'm like, that's not how you market a He-Man movie.
To be fair,
you
that
don't
quote
talk
was
about
taken out of
toxic
context.
masculinity
It was
when you're marketing
Yeah.
He-Man.
If you read the full quote, he's talking about something different. He's kind of it's his tone of voice. He didn't come out and say he's the embodiment of toxic man. He said Jared's take was kind of like he's just giving it as a rough analogy. It was
Yeah,
a
but
statement.
Badger, these buzzwords, man. Like once
Yeah,
you start
I mean,
putting
they
that
should know
out there,
better. They should
it
know better.
becomes that thing.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. The best stuff for kids are things that you go to bed late, tell your parents that you're in bed asleep, and you're looking at it with your flashlight under the cover so they don't notice. Okay, that's really the stuff that kids want. The other thing too is, and I experienced this several years ago with a change in generations. I can't remember, it was millennial to Z or X. I can't remember, but we started losing website jobs, and all our clients were firing their 50-plus-year-old, mostly men, heads of advertising that they were spending six figures on, and then hired newly graduated marketing grads, and usually women, because they they exploited them and paid them less. Let's be completely frank. So we had good relationships with these older guys who really knew their craft, knew how to advertise and market the company that they're working for, and replaced with these less experienced individuals. And then they would say, "Oh, no, I don't want to work with you guys anymore," and we would lose every single client where they made that switch. So what you're talking about, Dante, is we now in the entertainment business have lost all that experience and replaced them with with cheaper help who really don't know what they're doing. That's really what you're saying. I experienced it. I'm seeing it.
But it's insane to think that that's the case when these people are dropping hundreds of millions on a movie.
But
right?
they're not being paid that. That's the difference.
No, but I mean, but if you're a studio and you're making that kind of investment in your movie, then what's another couple of, maybe another 100 mil or maybe another 50 mil for better advertisement, right? Because you want to make a profit of some kind.
Well,
bad marketing will sink your movie, which all of these studios have experienced already.
Yeah. And how many movies have we seen where we pretty much see the entire plot and story of the movie in the trailer?
Yeah.
And we don't need to go see
stupid.
them.
And how can they market it when they don't know who to market it to? First of all, they ignore half the fucking audience, and the other half they're ambivalent about. They don't understand why people like the things that they like. Completely bewilders them what we don't and do like. So I don't blame them for not being able to market it, but it's just where we are now because we've sullied the playing field.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Badger. They knew who their audience was. Right? They don't know who they are, but they knew who they were, and they chased them out.
Yeah. What's clear is that these marketing people don't understand the audience and they don't understand the product that they're marketing.
That's what I just said.
Or the mystery of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get how to make things balance the getting enough information out, but also making it mysterious enough that you don't give everything away and then encourage people to actually go see the damn thing.
Well, Supergirl is coming out, I believe, June 26th. There was no Supergirl trailer at the Super Bowl. That might have worked. They sponsored the Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet, which I watched last night. I did watch it. It was, there were some cute puppies there. Here is a new spot now for Supergirl where we see a young Crypto in puppy form. I see no one talking about this. It's a little teaser. Maybe the plan was to play this at the Super Bowl, but they didn't spend the money. I think that's telling.
They did the same thing last year with Superman and Crypto. They did the same thing. They took the trailer to the Puppy Bowl. They did the exact same thing last year with Superman. It's just weird. You'd think the new DC universe, they would Superman, Supergirl, Super Bowl. It makes a lot of sense, but let's watch this 47-second new teaser. Thoughts. What do you guys think? I mean, you can clearly see her acting range in this trailer. She makes two whole faces in the trailer. Yeah. I don't care.
We're taking bets if it makes more than 300 million.
I think it's better than the Superman trailers. The Superman trailers weren't good. This might be a little bit better. But...
I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this movie will make more than Superman.
This movie has two things going for it, man. Jason Momoa, obviously.
I don't think it will at all.
And it has Jason Momoa and it has Millie Alcock, which, a lot of guys find hot, which I do as well. That's really about it. Outside of her being hot and Jason Momoa, there's really no reason to see this movie.
Again, I'll
do an over under.
I don't know the story of this movie. Especially
you don't know the story
from the movie, from this trailer.
I mean, just from everything we've seen of it so far, it doesn't. I mean, it looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, it does.
That's what it looks like.
You want to hear my logic?
Like Guardians.
Please. Yes. There you go.
That's what James Gunn said.
It looks like a James Gunn movie.
So here's my logic. I'm happy to be wrong. Usually I like to make my predictions after the product is out and all the information is in, so I sound right. But in this particular case, Superman, James Gunn, was hobbled by the fact that we like the character, know the character, and the movie did not live up to the expectations that we had for that character.
Mm.
This movie has no expectations. No one gives a shit about Supergirl, and they never did. So in this particular case, he has an opportunity to purely to Guardian of the Galaxy this movie,
which is why it will fail.
Guardians
People are
worked
done
extremely well.
Well, Paul, it's
the first one.
It's not that it'll fail because of that, but it's basically because of the fact that we've already seen this movie, right? Like if everything he does is Guardians, then, then technically we've already seen it.
Peacemaker got turned into Guardians.
My logic is he has more freedom to put his James Gunnian ideas into this, and it just might work.
So the reason you think it will succeed is the reason it will fail. People are done of everyone is a quirky anti-hero. No one likes Crypto to begin with.
Right. I agree with.
So it's already a negative. And then I disagree. People do like the actual people that are comics that you would be going to do like Supergirl from the animated series and even the fucking CW adaptation. She's likable and sweet, most versions of her, and pretty and fun. And it's one of the best derivative characters along with She-Hulk in the comics and things like that, where it's just a girl version of a male character when
She-Hulk
done right.
Better.
My point is
when done right.
Yeah. This ain't going to be done right. And it's going to turn everyone off, and Crypto will be a little rocket raccoon, and she'll be an insufferable, miserable girl boss. And yeah, if it makes more than 300 million, I would be shocked.
This show is called Versus, so I am going to live up to that name.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we have a bet? Do we have a bet here
on how well it's going to do?
Badger?
Yeah. I'm saying it won't make more than 300 million.
I think it tops Superman,
which is 615 million when all was said. Yeah. Okay. Ding.
I think it'll top Superman.
You do?
Okay. I kind of do, actually. Because I think Superman got so much bad word of mouth that, again, I kind of agree with Paul in this aspect. No one knows what to really expect, right? I mean, we've seen a few clips. We don't know what the movie's really going to be like. It may surprise us, where Superman, there was no surprises. It was just... It was what it was. It was what it was in the trailers. Exactly. So who knows?
I do think the media was trying to sabotage it at first with the controversies that were media created, which was the illegal immigration. Like they're trying to like drum up political conversation and connect that, when the actors themselves and the people involved in making it were just trying to, it's just a movie, but those buzzwords I don't know. I do think that was a huge part of that conversation. So who knows if that like hurt it, because I know that people just want to go to the movies to have an entertaining time, and they don't want to feel, but you know, the media itself thrives on trying to create controversy, even if there is none. That's what, you know, that's the grift.
But isn't it interesting? This is not written by James Gunn. This is written by Anna Noguera, who's also writing Batman and the fucking Wonder Woman if it ever comes out, and it's directed by someone else, Greg Gillespie. So why does it look so much like Guardians, even though this is supposed to be based 100% on Tom King book Woman of Tomorrow?
The big unknown is Jason Momoa. He's on a roll. If he is hot in this movie, then he could very well carry it the way he did the first Aquaman. The second Aquaman failed because they overbroed him. They falsely went, wow, this guy's doing total bro. Let's really crank up the bro. Oops, we overcranked the bro. In the same way, Thor, Ragnarok, they went, hey, this is funny. I think the solution is to crank up the funny rather than just leave it at the level that they had it. So in this particular case, if they give us Aquaman 1, it could very well make the grade. Now, I hate the dog. He's not Rocket Raccoon. I mean, I think that's a problem more than anything.
I personally, I think the second Aquaman film failed because it came out like 5 years after the first one did. They didn't capitalize on the hype of the first one, and also Amber Heard was in the movie still, and that had backlash as well. So I mean, you know, that's why I think the second Aquaman.
But you agree that they overbroed him? Like I went nuts. I went enough with the bro.
Didn't that movie also come out after they had announced that they were ending
all
of that and starting anew?
It was
so
excess
I think
inventory.
people didn't see the point.
My feeling is that no one really knows Supergirl outside of Superman. I mean, people know Superman. Even people who never read a Superman comic book know Superman. No one knows Supergirl. And so there's this unknown quality about it. And I think, I think the first weekend will say a lot. It'll probably do really well that opening weekend, $100 million. But whether people get the character and get the story and get the movie will dictate whether it reaches the $300 million mark. Because I guess the obvious question is, do they think Supergirl is the next Barbie? Because if not,
absolutely
I don't
not.
see much for this movie. I can't even imagine, even if it is good, that it's going to do very well.
No, this movie is going to live or die on Jason Momoa's shoulders, right? Like it's really going to thrive or fall on Jason Momoa.
Then it's doomed. Jason Momoa is not going to carry this movie.
He's the only one, though. He's the only one that can.
I know he is, but he's not. It's not going to happen.
It will be
I think
Mr.
he'll be
Terrific.
fun in the marketing campaign. That's probably where people are going to be drawn the most to, because I think most people were reacting to the Jason Momoa reveal of him being Lobo way more than the Supergirl trailer, this newest one. I didn't hear anything about it.
But Lobo needs to be Heath Ledger Joker in order for this to be a good,
But a lot of people don't know who the fuck Lobo is. He's even more obscure than Supergirl.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But Jason
if
Momoa
at
is
the
very
end of
popular, so
if at the kinda, he's anyway. If the first movie had everyone, like, instead of saying Superman was great in it, just talking about Mr. Terrific and his fight scene, that's what this is going to be. Supergirl will be forgotten, and if they do it right, it'll just be the Lobo scenes people are talking about.
Yeah.
well, Lobo wasn't even in that trailer though, so I don't know.
No.
Well, one last trailer we can show here. We'll jump right to it. We're not going to watch all the trailers, but I thought we'll check this one out. Under a minute. Scream 7. Here we go.
Fear. Open. Floating person hit.
Hello, Sydney. I'm gonna make everyone you love suffer. While you watch.
This killer has been planning his attack for years. Your daughter, Tatum, is the same age that you were when this whole thing started.
This isn't gonna stop unless I stop it.
Where is my daughter?
This is gonna be fun.
Scream. Only in theaters. Tickets on sale.
I think that a lot of this marketing, one thing we're not discussing is there's no Marvel presence at all. None. Zero. And I think what they finally realized is audiences have to do something actionable. You can get Scream 7 tickets right now. You can register to get early tickets for Project Hail Mary. And Supergirl, you can't really do anything. You can't buy advanced tickets. Same thing with Avengers Doomsday, even Doom Part 3. I can't wait for a trailer, but would it make any difference to show it at the Super Bowl when an audience cannot do anything actionable? So this is where I think I'm trying to get in the heads of the studios and how they make these determinations, because it is a huge chunk of money out of your marketing budget to buy one of these spots. And Scream 7, hey, tickets on sale now. See it in a couple weeks. Okay, smart. That's fine. So just what do you guys think? What do you guys think about?
I'm excited for a Spielberg blockbuster, summer blockbuster with Disclosure Day, which was like a full trailer. So they definitely spent a pretty penny on that. So I think they know that this is going to be amazing. And they showed Project Hail Mary too, like what that movie is going to be about, even if it was a shorter spot during the game time. So I'm super excited just for those things. And I think 2026 is going to have some great movies. I really don't care about the Marvel presence because we got other things.
I'll tell you one thing. Sorry, I'm going to go to Scream 7 here. But one of the things it proved is the diversity experiment failed. And that they're just going back to white people now.
But also, how many times do we have to see this woman fight, some weirdo in a mask for the people she loves, man.
No, it's
like
her daughter
literally,
now.
this woman is becoming like the white precious, man. It's like every bad thing that can happen to this woman is happening to this woman, right? Like, I don't get it. This is becoming
Hey.
Halloween H2O at this
I was
point,
gonna
man.
say, I was gonna
Like,
I was
what are
gonna
we
say the
doing
exact
here,
same
folks?
thing.
Like, how are
It's
we
her
on Scream
franchise
7?
and she is sticking to it.
Hey, H2O is good.
Well, and
It's
here
her
they're
franchise.
promoting a thing where you can put yourself in a Scream. There's a meta event with the Q&A event. They have another thing where you can put yourself in the movie. You're getting killed by Ghostface. I don't know.
I mean, in Scream 10, is she going to be fighting for her grandchildren? Like,
Bro, I
what-
checked out after the third one.
For sure. I happened to sorry, go ahead.
But speaking of, there was actually probably the most commercials that I saw or that I remember were for different AI platforms during the Super Bowl. That was kind of crazy. That and prescription ads was like the other normal.
Prescription ads.
I just
As
wouldn't
far-
want
as
to
far as,
see
like,
her.
as
HIV
far as
and
the-
AI. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see the character's Tinder profile. Will go out, but be careful, I'm being stalked.
As far
That
as the
would be
trailers
funny.
go, like I completely agree with Nerd Cookies. I am looking forward to Disclosure Day, Project Hail Mary, and I'm even like a little bit interested in the Scream franchise simply because like I've watched all the other ones and this is just the latest one to come out. I'm invested in Sidney Prescott's story. Okay, I want to see how this ends, if it ever ends for her.
Is she in all
but
of them?
Is she in 5?
Yeah, I was to say, is she in all of them?
No, she wasn't
I
in.
don't think she's in-
She wasn't in
There's one
6,
that
I
she's not in.
believe.
Yeah, there's one that she's not in.
How many
But
are there?
as far as like Marvel,
the
I
seventh one.
assumed, and I saw that there was like rumors circulating that Avengers Doomsday was going to have a trailer at the Super Bowl that was going to feature Robert Downey Jr. And that's why we were getting all of those mini trailers. They were supposed to lead up to a Super Bowl trailer. Otherwise, what's the point of having all of those mini trailers that we're releasing like week after week after
Oh,
week?
so you
Like,
go see Avatar? That's why.
They
That
spent
was
too
just
much
so
money
weird.
paying Robert Downey Jr. He didn't have enough.
Literally.
And the Russo brothers.
Yeah. So let's pivot and talk about the halftime show. There's a lot of controversy about Bad Bunny and the halftime show. My biggest complaint, they wasn't subtitled. I would have liked to have seen what he said. I kind of had it on. I switched over to TPUSA. That was apparently pre-taped almost a week ago in Atlanta. It was fine. It was more American. I do think that Bad Bunny, I don't know if it was the best choice on the year of the 250th birthday of America to do a performance like that. Make of that what you will. I don't mind the not speaking English, but subtitles. I would have liked to have seen what he had to say.
Subtitles are racist. Remember?
Well,
Steven Spielberg, West Side Story?
West Side Story.
Yeah.
We're not going to put
Yeah, I
subtitles.
mean,
you learn the
there's-
language.
Look, I watch a lot of foreign films. I don't mind subtitles. It was not great. I don't know Bad Bunny's songs, but compared to one of the best things about Bad Bunny playing at the Super Bowl was seeing everyone post better Super Bowl performances from the past. I mean, amazing things showed up on social. Prince probably being one of the best. But
But what are your thoughts, everybody?
Wow, he really was upset at that.
I know.
folks.
Wow, I've never seen him that pissed off before. But he brought up one point for me that spoke volumes. Is I don't know any of his songs. Why would I stick around to listen to this long performance of music I don't know?
I only know him because of the dumb shit he said.
Yeah, but it's
Which is the problem.
Whenever you get people on these shows, you want them to play the hits. That's why you stick around and watch it.
Right.
You're not going to stick around and watch them do their new album. You got to do the hits.
Here is from inside the stadium some of the views. I think the problem is the set that they used. Couple things, quick, reaction. The set they used made it impossible to know what was going on.
Mhm.
It was great for at home, but in the in the stadium
It was
itself.
a maze.
This is what it was like. It was kind of a non-reaction, and then look, you couldn't really see anything.
They don't look very happy.
They look bored.
Like we're standing
Yeah.
for
People were confused.
It sounds like he's just talking.
Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, not a fucking
Here's-
state, and they don't have the same taxes and rights as we do.
Here's someone
Hold on, that's real.
trying to get.
Yeah, that's
like,
why Logan
I
Paul
thought that was
was there.
AI for a moment.
what is going on here on TV? It looks great.
You know those
Here,
are people,
it
right? The
looked like
bushes.
what?
Like, that's supposed to be sugarcane.
Look,
Yeah,
I
there's
have-
people in the bushes.
I have
And I
friends
saw
who
a
are.
tweet that they were marching to Isengard because that was pretty funny.
It's just is it a little pandering that all the Latino side musical dancers were picking, I don't know, they were in some kind of plantation.
It's sugarcane. Look, my
Sugar
grandfather
cane.
was actually from Puerto Rico. He used to tell me about the sugarcane, and he would stand by the train tracks, and the train they would throw sugarcane that you could bite into. Also lost all his teeth, so don't fucking eat pure sugarcane. I don't want this as representation. I don't want this at all. Speaking English, sing. If you want to sing in Spanish, that's fine, because those are your songs. But speak in fucking English and
well, here's some more too.
be positive to this country.
Yeah, but again, you don't know the songs. B, you don't understand the songs, and C, now you can't see the performance.
Well,
This
that
doesn't
and
look
look,
fun
Alan,
in
that and
person.
honestly, he just sucked, dude. Like, here's the thing: Ricky Martin was there. He sang in Spanish, and he sounded amazing. I had no
Yeah.
idea what he was saying, but Ricky Martin sounded amazing. So,
Was he really there?
Yes.
yeah, no, yeah, he was there, and he sang
Which
perfectly.
one was he there in that picture? I don't.
I mean, look, same thing with Lady Gaga. I mean, obviously she sang in English, but if he would have had maybe more English speaking like guest stars, maybe that would have like helped balance everything out. But for it to be what it was, man, that was one of the worst Super Bowl shows I've seen. And I'm not
Here's-
saying
Well,
it's
the
like
thing
it was
is
horrible.
because-
It was just I've seen great ones,
Yeah.
and this ain't it.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like this halftime show was made for the viewers at home,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
to entertain the people in the stands, which is what the halftime show is supposed to be for. Like you see what they're looking at in the stands. It's nothing. It's ridiculous. It's not a huge, big, grand performance, which is what it's supposed to be. Because the halftime show, while they air it on TV, yes, but that show it's supposed to be for the people in the stands at the stadium. And
Yeah, who
this
paid thousands of
was-
dollars for their tickets.
yeah, and this was clearly for people at home watching.
See,
Here's
I
the
disagree
only-
with you. I think the whole show was meant to make a statement.
Well, yeah.
Well, here's the
I
only
wouldn't frame it.
reaction. Look at this. The only reaction that matters. This woman. Hear what she has to say.
I'm like, who is this man? He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this?
Correct.
Please.
What is this?
This is ridiculous. And got the American flag and all these other flags. And yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage, please.
Damn.
Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand
Put the
this.
gay back on.
Dude, she's amazing.
Tell me that.
I love it.
I mean, what in the world is all this foolishness?
I want her doing the play-by-play, the
Get
color
off
for the game.
stage, please, Jesus.
Seriously, put her on the commentating team, man.
I think so.
That's great.
Did you see the way it dropped
All
the
right,
ball?
well,
I mean, I watched the Olympics coverage. I just so we watched. I don't know Bad Bunny. I think a lot of people don't. And I think that's what the Super Bowl halftime show used to always be, was something that was way mainstream and popular to like most people, and was a huge show that it was like part of it. But yeah, and I've never
favorite
heard of
ones
Bad
was-
Bunny, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, my
It
favorite one
was-
was NSYNC and
I
Britney
gotta
Spears.
say-
Like that was my favorite halftime show ever.
The Super Bowl that starts with our national anthem, and then the second anthem, because we have now the Black national anthem, and that's not very uniting, right? And then you've got I just don't get it. I feel like, and I'm not saying the Kid Rock TPUSA thing was better either, but You know what I'm tired of? Politics getting into everything. Get it out of sport.
Let me ask people this. Like,
please.
You know, the whole national anthem thing, because you brought that up, Chris. Like, did anybody feel less patriotic when Whitney Houston sang the national anthem? Was she less black because she sang the national anthem?
She's
Oh,
great.
You get what I'm saying?
I love
Like,
her.
I don't understand this divide of, oh, we need our own song at the NFL. First of all, the NFL was like 90% black. Okay? I mean, let's just be honest there. So it's already fairly diverse. Well, not even really that diverse, right? Because most of the players are black.
It's not.
So again, why would we need a separate song?
Because this is the Morgan Freeman, like Michael Wallace, I don't want a Black History Month. You want to sum my history up in a month? Black history is American history. Same thing with the national anthem. It's one for all of us. That's why I hate the term African American. If you're born here and you're black fucking American.
Yeah, but the only way to solve racism is to constantly talk about
racism. To constantly separate and other. And I want Black Granny. What the hell is this shit? Like, that's my spiritual. Like, I want that level of connection.
Based on what I know about black men, it's just have the American anthem sung by a hot white chick.
There you go.
Isn't that the black anthem?
then it's on.
Played many men.
I completely agree with Badger. Like, it should just be one national anthem. Like, take the Black national anthem out. We are all one nation. That is our national anthem. At the Olympics, they don't play both anthems. They play one, the national anthem. Like that's it.
Yeah,
that is all they play, because that is our national anthem. We shouldn't have two.
I'm old enough to remember Aretha Franklin singing the national anthem for the Super Bowl, where she really did the now legendary lengthening, oh, say, can you see? She really went into it. That was a famous moment, like just a very, very famous moment. I'm not black, as you can tell, and I'm not American. But that was a very emotional moment, and the national anthem just sounded fine coming from Aretha Franklin.
I just miss us having these national that bring everyone together. We all like football. We like, or at least if you don't, you like a party. I remember going to Super Bowl parties. There was no enthusiasm for this game at all. This game happening, not the game, the musical halftime show. Like, this was, I don't know if the NFL is gonna and I watched the pregame stuff, it was not for men. The pregame show looked like it was produced by women from HR. It was god awful. I watched it from 10 a.m. Up until the game started. Terrible. They've got to have a come to Jesus moment on the brand of the NFL and who it's for. It's mainly for men, and women like a party too.
No, Chris, it's mainly for American men.
True. That's even true. I'm tired of us being embarrassed to have a national identity we can all get behind.
That's happening all over the world, Chris. In the Western world, it's happening in every Western country. Everyone is embarrassed by their origins.
I think I call BS, and it's not. I will not.
I agree with
you. Need to that.
But also, can the NFL even afford this? Because look, at this point, I think people that are still hanging on are doing it purely for the love of the game. They love football. They don't want to let it go. But at some point, just like Star Wars, just like Lucasfilm, the NFL is going to push people away. And then what? They're going to try to bring them back with a big All-American bash at the next Super Bowl, right? Where they have, like, Hank Williams and a bunch of old country stars playing. That's what's going to happen. They're going to learn their lesson too late and then try to woo everybody back.
Or overcorrect.
The thing didn't work well.
Yeah. Or overcorrect. I think that's the problem I think the TPUSA event was kind of an well, if you're going to go this way, we'll go further this way. Like that's not good either. But
Kid Rock is hardly an overcorrection. Kid Rock would have been a great fucking, he's an American badass, Chris.
Yeah, but I also think Bad Bunny, I don't know much about him, but he might have been better for soccer.
Yes. For World Cup, he would have been the best.
Great.
The other football.
Good point.
It's just know your
the
audience.
real football.
Know your audience.
Careful. You're an honorary American, but
we're
still going to annex you.
We're going to talk Starfleet Academy, but we have a lot of soups, a lot of comments. Let's
go for them.
Andrew Cram starting us off right with 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you,
Grifted
Andrew.
5 Film Threat.
Psychotic Mongoose gifted 1 Film Threat membership.
Cheap bastard.
Jersey, shout out. Patriotic Flag came in a member.
Thank you, Jersey Ed 22.
Comics Exposed for 5. Chris, you looked miserable on F&T the other night. Sorry that happened to you. You deserve so much better, especially when it comes to conversation. They couldn't have possibly talked over you and never let you speak.
No, they do that all the time. By the way, when I was on F&T, I was 4 days into a 5-day fast. I already did my show with Alan in the morning, which is
was
a
a
good
great show.
which was really
It's a great show.
It was. It went 2.5 hours. Then I was like, I've had no food since Monday at 8 p.m. and I'm doing FNT. And I did, look, I got a couple good things in, but you're right. I was kind of, I was dying. So thank you, Comics Exposed, for noticing and for the 5. Appreciate it.
Alf for $4.99. I saw Iron Lung this weekend, and the cinema was packed for the first time in a while. I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting this reach internationally.
Yeah, that's interesting. Thanks.
Power of
Oliver.
YouTube. Power of YouTube. Bushin Ryu Cat for 2. The Tauntaun should have swallowed Grogu at the end.
That would have been great. Thank you, Bushin.
Pilgrim Media for 2. I want to know when Dave will come out. Get it.
I don't get it.
Get it.
Pilgrim, I don't get it.
I know. Graph Web for 2. In the name of all that is holy, hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
Thanks, Graph Web. Appreciate.
Fearless Wolf for 10. Disney knows exactly what it's doing with Star Wars. It's not storytelling, it's business. Decisions followed project earnings. The Super Bowl ad sold reassurance, not hype, money, talks, bullshit walks. Everything you just said is incorrect. It sold no reassurance. What was the business?
Yeah, I think people are nervous based on that trailer. It did nothing.
Yeah, if they cared about business, we would have gotten Han, Luke, and Leia together in a scene.
Yeah.
Jose Ataco for $1.99. Is anyone buying the Project Hail Mary Lego set?
I might have pre-ordered it. Yes.
How much was
I
it?
love my Legos.
Yeah, how much was it?
It's $99.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
bro. The Pokemon ones were like $300. So
wow.
99,
Yeah,
99
it's based on
bad.
the pieces. So
Yeah. Pilgrim Media for 2. There's no problem with Supergirl except her face.
How dare you, sir? Lily Adcock is an angel.
Mephisto, excuse me. For 5. Speaking as Polak living in London, what the fuck is Super Bowl? There is only one football I recognize.
Well, as I am Polish, and I heard lots of Polak jokes growing up in Michigan because there were a lot of Polacks. My family's Polish, so I heard a lot of Polish jokes. I love pierogies and guamki. So shout
Very
out
good.
to you.
Boiled potatoes.
There you go. Yeah, love it.
K70 for 10. You should watch my fan series Star Trek Defiant, a CG animated production set in the original series era and changes the fate of the Defiant and her crew. So far, 10 chapters have been uploaded, more to come.
Well, we'll talk about that. Thank you, K70. Star Trek fan films using AI are off the chain. They look amazing. We may look at some later in the show. Thanks.
Ruddy for 2. Super Bowl, San Francisco, Metallica, nope, NFL.
Yeah. Thanks, Ruddy.
Oh, we got Green Day.
American Idiots.
That-
Chase the
yeah.
Normie for $4.99. Saw Solo Mio with Mrs. Normie. Fun date night. Great chemistry between the 3 friends and love interest. Word of mouth got family/friends to the theater.
Alan and I both gave Solomio a good review, and you will have a good time. Solid romantic comedy starring Kevin James. It's an indie movie, too.
The 1A train for 10. The NFL desperately wants a franchise in Mexico City. They think this business decision of Bad Bunny during halftime will help that.
Well, that's
He's not
sad
Mexican.
that it's
He's from Puerto
Political.
Rico.
Thanks, 1A train.
Glitchoso for 6. Iron Lung is in cinemas in the Netherlands. I don't think that happened with any other YouTube indie film. I wonder how accurate Box Office Mojo. Yeah, we use the numbers, I think, is actually slightly more accurate.
Yeah. I'm not sure either, but considering the movie cost $3 million, he's already made his money back and more, and deservedly so. Thank you.
Tehran High King for 5. Politics divide us. It doesn't even matter what side you're on. Whoever is the one trying to divide us is almost always the bad guy. World Economic Forum. Excuse me.
The media. Thank you.
Macron lady for 100. My born language is Spanish. I couldn't understand a word that dude says. And keep in mind, we Spanish-speaking Latinos understand Spanish from other countries. Yeah,
I heard that from other people. But and just the other
He
thing
mumbles as well. That's why he's
and
clearly him.
see everyone in the background dancers like working the plantation. It's kind of a poor representation of Latinos, if you ask me. Like, it's like that's all Latinos to a certain white liberal woman. That's what they think. They're all like that. And it's like, I don't know, like Latino people that I know are like working and filmmakers and work in media and like, not like, it's just weird. It's a cliche that comes from one side of the aisle. Thank you for that, macaron lady.
Naveen, member for 13 months. Politics has seeped into everything we love.
And it's horrifying.
By design. Yeah.
Thank you, Naveen.
Oh, Macron lady again. Also, Latinos don't care about the NFL. We care about football, soccer. That's our passion. That Super Bowl was pure politics.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with like I get caught up in the World Cup when it's on. I love that, seeing the rivalries between the different countries' teams. It's fun. I'll get caught up in it. Just
Can I say one positive thing about the halftime was I think it was really nice the way he showcased a lot of real Puerto Rican talent that no one really knows about, or the styles, the orchestra stuff. I mean, it was a bit of an educational moment for me. I kind of liked it. Bad Bunny, to be quite frank, was the worst part of the of his own show. He was exhausted. He was also wearing a flak vest because he had been threatened. That's why he looked all puffed up. But I think the other thing that I didn't really realize, because yes, it was clearly made for TV. That shot from the stadium was very instructive. It looked like crap from the crowd. Like didn't dawn on me watching it. Oh my God, compared to Beyonce's thing where she was lifted up in that crane and of course the Prince thing must have been electric. And that's really what you want to do. You want to electrify the crowd, have them go crazy, and have that hopefully get translated to the TV audience. That was not done.
We also forget that somehow Michael Jackson was able to teleport all throughout the stadium during a single song.
Well, he had that ability.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's talk Starfleet Academy.
Speaking of Starfleet and
yes,
holograms.
Teleporting.
Here we go. Starfleet Academy. The latest episode came out featuring Sam. It's all about me. That episode, the upcoming episode, which Alan has already seen, features a kind of the most graphic sex scene we've ever seen in Star Trek. I almost feel at this point they're ruining Star Trek on purpose. For those who have seen it, what is your reaction to the latest Starfleet Academy?
Did not watch it.
Am I the only one that watched it?
I watched 30 minutes of it.
At least
I
watching.
didn't get to the sex scene part.
I've been watching Fallout and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't have time for.
I watched those two.
For those who saw it, I want to hear the reaction.
Yeah,
Seven Kingdoms is great.
I was kind of enjoying making fun of it because I still maintain that Discovery had like the worst lore destruction and character destruction and all that. That being said, this is the worst one yet because the Sam character is so hard to look at and listen to, and it's an entire meta episode where she's Deadpool, Zach from Saved by the Bell talking to the camera. I thought she was made from someone on Earth as a holographic person, but we find out that she's made from another alien species that's like basically just their machines, the organics there made machines, enslaved them. So Battlestar Galactica type, the organics left, and then it's just the machines there. So they've basically, at this point, we're doing the Quarians and Geth from Mass Effect. They also stole from that in Picard, but that's neither here nor there. So she's here on behalf of like sentient machines to see if organics can be trusted. And for some reason, she's chosen the identity of a 90s Ebonic speaking insufferable. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. And
No,
Cisco
but
was just a key
it's
angle.
taking that and then connecting it to Deep Space Nine and Benjamin Sisko to just, I mean, to watch the entire history of Deep Space Nine culminate into a coloring book or a pop-up book.
The least offensive thing.
Yeah, and I mean, we can go on about the black girl punching the Asian girl, and apparently she punched 2 Asian girls in it, so even better.
That's a Romulan, thank you.
Yeah, but next week she'll just push him in front of a train.
The connection basically boiled down to this: I'm an emissary for my sentient machine masters who say if I don't do this one thing, they're going to take me away. Cisco was an emissary, and it's a whole fucking episode where she learns his life history to try and apply it to her own. It's an old tactic. They did it to Enterprise, while all of a sudden Riker's there for no reason. But she was the worst part about it. She was the worst part about it.
I don't understand why. I thought they wanted to set the show way off into the future so they didn't have to meddle with things like lore. But they seem to really want to go out of their way to bastardize it at every opportunity.
Every episode is about destroying lore.
That's why I think this is more damaging than something like The Acolyte, because The Acolyte was kind of set, before the prequels even, didn't really mess with legacy characters too much, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Yoda, but this is just getting into lore and how Star Trek works, and I can't stand them popping in and out of scenes using the transporter. It's like Harry Potter magic. Like, the great thing about a scene going to the transporter room, they took it very seriously. It was a narrative device to kind of set the stage, who was going down, what the mission was, if there were any red shirts going along for the ride. We knew what would happen with them. And Star Trek had like a format or things we understood. This is from Magic Land that is destroying the legacy of the old Star Trek. And let me just share something real quick here.
Yeah.
This may or may not be an upcoming character, a new student coming to the school, a Borg in a wheelchair coming to Starfleet Academy.
You see the wheelchair student again.
I don't know if it's real or not, but
it looks real.
So just real quick, I went to do an Enterprise rewatch because it's been so many years. There's an episode in the 2nd season, and I remember it. That's how well it's written. It's called Congenitor, where they come across a species that has 3 genders, male, female, and this third one that reproduction is not possible without them because they have an enzyme that makes fertilization possible. And it didn't tell you what to think, but holy shit, does it make you think, and the ending will stick with you. Done so perfectly about a super controversial subject that at the time was not nearly as relevant as it is now. And these writers could not, in their wildest dreams, hit that level of nuance and separation and disconnect while still making you think about, wow, what would that mean if this and this and that? It's just horrible crayons on the wall.
Well, let's show you what Starfleet Academy could have been.
Yeah.
We saw a teaser. This is another teaser from Starfleet Dreams, a channel now I truly love. They're doing a better Starfleet Academy than the people getting paid to do it. Watch this really quick. It's a teaser.
Warp theory, astrogation, xenobiology, subspace harmonics, command ethics, and prime directive law. That's a regular day at Starfleet Academy. But Friday is no regular day. And Friday nights are something entirely different. Friday Nights by Starfleet Dreams premieres this Friday on YouTube.
It already premiered. That's a teaser for that little mini show that they're doing.
Oh, we did kind of get this scene actually. You'll love to know that Cisco's Creole Kitchen is turned into a nightclub, and they have a tranny bartender serving drinks to underage.
Really?
students.
Well, I've got another video to show that gets into that. But how is it? And there are Star Wars fan films with Luke Skywalker, Beggar's Canyon. Look that one up. Are the fans gonna take over IP? And
Yes.
get better
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes. I've
wanna
been saying
hear
that
what
for a
you guys
while
have to
now.
say.
It's going to happen. Look, man, call me a conspiracy theorist, which everyone does. All of this for me reeks of a concentrated effort to destroy the legacy of guys like Gene Roddenberry, Walt Disney, Stan Lee. They want to destroy George Lucas. They want to destroy these men's legacy, right? Like there's an effort to do this.
They hate them.
Yeah, they absolutely hate them. So they'll spend the money to make a bad show to push fans of those creators away.
I think they called this Starfleet because fleet is an enema product.
That was exactly. Hey, one thing I'm going to do, and hopefully by Wednesday, is since this show is made for teens. I'm sorry, what?
Wait, Alan, how far ahead are you?
Episode 6. I only have the first 6 episodes.
Okay.
Are they going to send you the rest?
No, they're not.
Not after this.
But what I'm going to do is, this is meant for teens. I'm going to get my daughter to watch the latest episode.
It's not meant for teens.
Sure it is. Because it inspires kids to want to go into Starfleet Academy because of the cool things that'll happen there.
Oh,
Right?
so
Like being
when
served by a
hacks-
drag queen?
So when
who's it for?
Sam's
Who's it for? Because it's certainly
program,
not for adults.
when he hacks Sam's program, the photonic beam, so she can like feel drunk and all of that, and it has the list of drugs: heroin, ketamine. She picked the wrong one. Went to vodka and just went to 12. Like that's for teens.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
It just feels
but the thing
entirely
is that my whole point is that I need to understand why this storytelling doesn't appeal to current teens. This is, the whole idea is that you were creating a new generation of Star Trek fans, and they're failing miserably. Why? The question is why? Because we're just old men and women shouting at the clouds. Why is this not appealing to the audience it's intended for?
I mean, Star Trek was already niche, right? It was already niche as it is. So now it's for nobody.
It's for themselves. It's entirely that's
Is it even for themselves though at this point?
It feels so
makers,
self-indulgent and
the filmmakers.
self-serving. They literally put themselves in it. Wasn't there a writer who made herself Dax?
Yeah.
A version of
Yeah.
Dax in one of the episodes.
was
She's
that
a
the
writer of
writer?
the episode she was in.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and look, they
it's-
barf glitter. I mean, that's
Yeah, when
funny.
he has
That's
potassium. Yeah,
barf.
when he eats potassium, his species immediately breaks it down. It rots instantly, and so he throws up glitter for some reason.
Oh my God, dude. I'm
They
sorry.
his
And that's
breakfast
the
hash
actual
with a
theme from
banana.
the show right there.
Yeah.
Modern audiences, whatever audience you're trying to chase, people will watch what's well written and created with a genuine intent to create something good and compelling that will stand the test of time. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is everyone. I'm seeing so many posts about it online.
Oh,
It is
so good.
accessible to everyone. It's being enjoyed by so many people.
It's such a good
And
show.
there's
Right.
themes in it that everyone can relate to. That's the thing. They're trying to find an audience in and of themselves. They want to please themselves instead of trying to create something that others will enjoy just by creating a good story. And you'll find an audience that will consist of so many different people because so many different kinds of people enjoy good, well-written stories.
Well, everyone's talking about the Benjamin Sisko cameo. It's not really a cameo, it's a reference. There is
You never
another
see his
It's a-
face
It's a spoken word poem from an
that they
album.
ripped
Right.
that they ripped from one of his poems. You never actually
but,
see his face.
It's not the only cameo that was in this episode. See if you can spot this. Not a Star Trek character either, but a familiar one for some of us.
Eat glass. This is very dramatic, and I'm sure has deep meaning.
Oh, that's the drag queen character. It's not.
Thought I was kidding, didn't you?
Well, you need to see this.
Okay, I have a question. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's not.
Oh, we stepped on it.
No, wait.
No, go ahead and play it.
Okay, here we go.
Eat glass. This is very dramatic, and I'm sure has deep meaning for you all.
You know, buddy, I've been trying to tell you all night.
Oh my
that girl,
God.
she's a guy. A man dressed up as a girl. A fag, for Christ's sakes.
So let's have a shot and play nice.
That's not a penis. This is a penis.
Have fun.
That was a Gore. Gore dressed up like a Shayla. Look at that.
Great jackets, guys.
Oh, that dude right there is the new boyfriend.
No, that's the
What are your chances
triangle.
of getting out of here with that jacket on?
To be honest, I'd much rather work with you Australians.
One of the old nation states, Australia, decided not to join the world government in 2150.
That's what you call cool, is it? Definitely not.
No? I don't know. You seem ready.
A fag, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, dear
I do
God.
not see why it is necessary to wear these.
Now, why are they? I don't even say why.
Well, Dante's already answered that question.
Yeah, like taking the one Klingon character, which is now for some reason, black actors can only play Klingons now.
Oh, we got a white as fuck Klingon. They didn't even try and
making just I think it was Echo Chamberlain who just released a video that everything is too gay now. Everything. And I argued, Paul, I don't know what you think of this, Paul. You're well versed in TV, and I don't have a problem with gay content, but tell me you have gay content in your show. So like a tobacco use warning or all the warnings they put on mature audience shows say contains LGBTQ themes.
But Chris, they'll never do that because that's catering to the bigots.
Yeah.
If this is science fiction and 1,000 years past TOS, after TOS, or is it plausible that 90% of the people are gay from a science fiction perspective? Just from a science fiction perspective.
Well, I mean, you'd have significant population loss.
Klingons don't have a
but
word for gay.
They have replicators.
Not for people.
Okay, being gay is one thing. The question I have though is this: we're far into the future, right? Like far. Yeah. Why are there still drag queens? Why not, with all our advanced technology, literally just become a woman?
Yeah.
Right? Like with voice and
genetic retyping or whatever.
Somehow
I'm just saying, like the voice, everything, you could literally just become that thing.
Because in the
that
future,
far into
we've
the
solved
future, right?
gender dysmorphia, but they would have to acknowledge that it's something to be solved instead of embraced, and they can't do that. Thus, we get Jaden with the skirt. Does it make my ass look flat?
Oh dear God.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, maybe they go, well, we realized it was a social contagion and it doesn't exist.
But it's still our drag queens.
Oh, drag queens are fine. I mean, my comedy group, we performed at the same stage many times with some drag queens, and they're much funnier in the green room than on stage. Let me tell you, if you want a riotous time where you cannot stop laughing, be in the same rehearsal dressing area as 5 drag queens. Yeah,
or even Monty Python dressed
kids in the hall.
When they dress as women,
kids in the hall too. Yeah.
Kids in the hall.
Dante's
But,
not allowed to
but
be
come
around
on now.
5.
Those aren't drag queens. Those are actors pretending to be women, right? Martin Lawrence has done it. Everybody's done it. Eddie Murphy's done it.
Klinger.
Yeah, it's just those are actors. We're talking about like,
and then real drag queens essentially are also, but they enjoy the act. And
Paul, you're right. That's fair. Real drag queens are, but a lot of
and
the ones that call themselves drag
queens, and they're hilarious.
I agree.
Hey, let me give you some previews of the next episode.
Okay, give it.
Not only is there a sex scene right at the beginning of the episode, one of the Vulcan students is going to say something that will make you want to pound your eardrums out. Just take some needles and you'll never want to hear or see anything ever again.
I mean, is the show already doing that?
I'm not going to tell you what he says because I want you to experience it.
The sex scene at the beginning. The sex scene at the beginning. Does it involve antlers and tentacles?
Well, I don't want to give away who's.
Oh, okay.
Did they already give away who's having sex?
Oh my god! I'm the only one that's going to watch it, and he's going to play the clip anyway. So just tell everyone. What is it? Who is it?
Tell us, Alan.
Can you say?
It's Caleb in the.
Let me guess. He says there's power in being a bottom.
Oh, well, I'm excited
Right?
about this one. It's the good-looking guy and the hot chick. Good.
Yeah.
Let them have their fucking sex scene. Good. Maybe I'll get something out of this.
And then
Well, Gen Z doesn't like sex scenes, remember?
Yeah. And then
Who's this for?
And then when you're watching it, she does something that would, if it were a guy doing it to a girl,
She put a finger in his butt without permission.
She pegs him,
Well,
right? She pegs him.
you'll see.
Always ask
It's important
first.
for the episode, but if a guy did to her what she did to him, there'd be a massive.
She does some
HR
mind.
There'd be a
rapey
massive
stuff.
HR.
It has to be butt stuff, man, because you're being too vague,
Gets
Alan.
in his head. She gets in his
Non-consensual?
head.
She violates his because she has like some telepathy going on there.
She's
So,
a
yeah.
Betazoid.
Yeah.
Okay,
What does
never
the
mind.
Vulcan
Ew.
say, Alan?
Yeah, what's that
Oh,
Vulcan
no.
say?
No, that one I want you to experience it.
Emotion is for Chads.
Yeah.
What do you say?
No, when it happens,
Do they
when
have
it
give them a
happens-
late stage circumcision? That's what I want to know.
when it happens,
They
I
just
I
teleport
want
your
you to
foreskin
remember
off.
that moment.
I know this sounds like an old fogey kind of a comment I'm about to make, but I just remember when science fiction was smarter.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
Right?
no science
Like-
fiction in this.
It used to be smarter, or am I tripping? Was it never smart? And
No,
Well, that's why I'm saying this show is made for teens because they're dumbing it down
No,
even
but
more
science
than they
fiction
have
in it.
already.
The old
It's
Star
just-
Trek I watched when I was a kid. Elaine, please.
Yeah, I just wish that that they wouldn't just care about themselves the most. It oozes entitlement and ego, and that they don't care what Star Trek was about, the spirit of it, the spirit of exploration, the final frontier of going out there and how being the best that you can be, aspirational, inspirational. And now they just want it to be, they want to see themselves in our era in Star Trek. And I don't we want to escape. We want to picture that bright, hopeful, optimistic look of the future. And I want to see those stories and those characters live in that world. And that's the problem that I see with a lot of like IPs. I want to see the characters live in the universe they're written in, not trying to impose something that we can connect with today. I mean, because there are universal things that we all can connect with, feelings of anxiety and insecurity. I mean, those are just universal things, and that can be, anyone can feel that. So they're trying to be so specific and trying to find an audience that just includes themselves, the writers, the creators of the show, that they just eliminate the possibilities of what this could be and just what Star Trek used to be, which was, yes, intelligent writing, philosophy. It inspired people to be astronauts and engineers. And what is this trying to aspire people to be? It's just trying to, I don't know, see themselves. But I don't see how no one's watching it. So if this is supposed to be Gen Z, they deserve good stories too. They're watching other things because, I mean, they don't want sex scenes. They don't want, obviously, we talked about that. We all enjoy good stories, and this is just an altar to their own egos. Is what
I've only seen the first episode, so maybe you guys can answer this for me. How many gay characters are in the show?
No,
like how many gay
you're
characters?
asking is how many straight characters are in the show?
oh, is that the better question? Wow.
So
Can you count them on one hand?
Yeah, they've turned the Klingons into just humans, basically. Sorry, the cops are coming.
And I
for me.
get the feeling that all the characters are baseline bisexual. I get the feeling
when I was
based on
doing
the
that
way they interact. Hey,
that
Steph.
Enterprise rewatch, the Klingons have the teeth implants. They're all sharp. The hair attachments all look the same. They've all got the Fu Manchu beards again. Jaden just looks like a black dude with some very light head ridges. His teeth are fucking the same. His dreads are the same. He makes no effort. Even when they have the very white Klingon in the last episode, who was the head, I'll give him that much, was the head of the Klingons. They didn't even try to like tan his skin up a little. They used to do like a variation to whether you were white or black. You got the same type of shading. Nothing. It's just because they want those colors to be very obvious.
Do we know how long Michael Dorn was in makeup to get into the Worf character? I have to imagine that was a long time versus now it looks like they just put the cowl on and that's it.
I have a question because I've only watched a little bit of Starfleet Academy, but why is the Klingon character so sensitive?
Because he's
does
not
it give a
normal
backstory to that?
Yeah,
or
they do. Yeah. He's just born that way. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to be a warrior. He refused his family's like ancestral fucking bow and arrow. And the episode that was previous, he learned that he is a Klingon warrior, but with words.
With words?
Yeah, he's like a diplomat now, even though that was not seen as an honorable position. And yeah.
And now I can have warriors too.
I am a Klingon warrior, but instead of my fists, I use my mind. I seek a valorous death.
Ugh. Okay.
He would go straight to Stovacor.
Yeah.
Or straight to Grethor, rather. Stovacor's their heaven. Grethor's their hell.
Look, I tried. I gave it one episode. I can't go back. I'm good.
A lot of
I really think you should see episode 5 with Sam. I think.
Yeah, you'll love Sam.
Ooh,
so fun.
In fact, they should have just shot that whole episode in the vertical phone format.
Yes, that terrible vertical format.
I can't believe this is getting 2 seasons. The Acolyte only had 1.
It's funny you bring that up, Elaine, because how did they sign a deal like that? How did they sign an expensive ass deal for 2 seasons, knowing pretty sure people were going to hate the first season? Like, I think
really want to know.
I mean, Dante, you're talking about Hollywood, right?
Paramount.
Okay, but Alan, 1 season I get. They signed 2 seasons before, based on the pilot.
Well, I think the way it works is nowadays is that you get signed for 2 seasons now, because you can make them all at one time, so that you don't have to shut down after the end of the first season.
It's because Paramount and Skydance merged, and Kurtzman was out, and they said, "Give us 3 fucking shows," and he had Strange New Worlds, and then he gave them 2 seasons of this, and they counted that as 3, and he's still out.
And after that, he's going to be Kathleen Kennedy'd. But the problem with this approach, and Paul, love your feedback on this, is there was a feedback loop with the audience when making television. Mm-hmm. When you started making a show it debuted in the fall, you were still working on the later episodes of that season. You could see the reaction to the first couple episodes. The ratings gave you reaction, and audiences told you what they liked and didn't like. You could see minor characters that became popular and write them more into the show.
Fonzie.
We have
Fonzie.
The current day streaming and everything else, and this long gap between seasons, which creates another problem. There is no audience feedback loop with creators. They can't see what audiences respond to. They can't say, hey, Jaden is very popular. Let's write some more Jaden episodes. I mean, certain characters on the original Star Trek series were minor characters that then got elevated and more integrated into the show as the audience discovered who the people liked. There was a write-in campaign that I think might have been Ghost, headed up by Roddenberry, through Bijou Trimble in the late 60s to bring Star Trek back, and it saved the show. The feedback loop is lost, and they overcorrect or ignore, to their peril, the outrage on social media. And I would argue that feedback loop, the old school feedback loop, actually made TV better. It was ratings, which tells you if people like it or not, and audience in terms of direct feedback, letters, comments. I remember my dad being on message boards about Twin Peaks in the mid-90s. That was a crazy fandom around Twin Peaks. Insane. So Paul, removing that feedback loop, is that part of what's killing TV?
Well, there's two parts to that. Number one is the feedback loop was important. You would get about 13 shows in your first year, and then a network like ABC was famous for cutting you after 2.
Right.
And then often, because since my TV guide, I started doing my TV guide videos, I've been getting feedback that a lot of the unplayed shows get played off in the UK.
Wow.
Like what? Someone from the UK will go, oh yes, I saw, Vulture Man, and we've got all the shows up here, It was very, very, very fun. A lot of shows got canceled very, very quickly because the networks were beholden to the advertisers.
Yeah, like Manimal.
And but because they did so many pilots, they had another show ready to go after December. So they would usually cancel the show by December. Then they had the the December break, and then in January they would bring back one of the the hot new shows. And I mean, there's some very famous shows that became hits coming in January. Moonlighting, I think, might have been one of them. So number one, we don't have that. Number two is they knew how to write TV shows, which, I hate to say this, is rinse and repeat with a little bit of a difference. You just add a tiny twist every single week to make that show interesting. But the reason these network television shows worked is that it was basically the same show every single week. That's the way it worked. That's the magic that they hid from the audience. Good writers could hide the fact that it was basically the same show. But that's what we wanted. We wanted comfort food. That's what TV was. And that's meat and potatoes every Sunday with a roast. That's what TV was. With this show and most of the stuff on streaming, you're not getting that. And do you know which show is actually following exactly the network rules? The Seven Kingdoms.
Yep.
It has a complete story. You're following just a couple of people. You're falling in love with them. You kind of know the peripheral universe. You're not following 5 goddamn kingdoms where you need to have a graph to figure out who everybody is and where they are. And we fall. I'm going to do a show on the green light or not on the first show, because it was brilliant in terms of constructing the initial characters. And it's meat and potatoes, but they also give you a cliffhanger. But if you watch each show, the whole show is not leading you to a cliffhanger. I mean, it is, but they complete the story that has been set up for that particular show, or they complete the cliffhanger that was set up the week before. They don't draw it on forever and ever. They don't draw it out forever and ever. So you won't get a more TV-like show, TV network-like show than the Seven Kingdoms.
By the way, Wonder Man did that too, by the way. What you just said. 2 characters, each episode led into the next one. You knew the overall goal. Get the fucking film roll. Get to the tourney. Same thing.
There you go.
Same thing.
But one thing about television is it didn't matter what episode you dropped in on. Like if you're on vacation, go to a motel room and the show was on, you could watch a complete episode, not know the context of what would happen before or afterwards. It was, the cast of Cheers didn't really change a whole lot from the first season to the final season.
Right.
But that was the key, is you had great writers who could just capture the essence of these characters, give them situations, and then create funny moments and funny episodes. And no matter where you are and what you drop in on, you're going to have a great time watching.
But I would add that they don't, even the crappy writers now, and they're not all crappy writers, we're having a go at them, but they're not following any rules. Like they're not getting a book saying, this is how the show has to be. This is how it starts. This is how you introduce a contagion. This is how you solve the contagion. And at the very end, they return to equilibrium. And somehow, for many modern writers, they are rebelling against what worked because it's boring and it's repetitive and it's old style. And they don't realize that is the reason it worked. They're rebelling and giving you nothing in return.
Yeah, but I think there's I think there's a difference really quick between, say, a show like Moonlighting, or a show like Perfect Strangers,
Sure.
or Step by Step, or Full House. Like, those are very set kind of things. And like you said, it's junk food. Like, we know exactly what we're going to get. You could be like, at the end of the day, if there's nothing on TV, you can watch those kind of shows and at least just numb your mind for a while, right? Yeah. Like, there was no problem with that. The problem we're getting into is, when you're talking about franchises, when you're talking about, like, especially fandom, right? Like a Star Wars or a Star Trek and things like that. There's a way to do this right. Like, people argue with me all the time about this. And I don't care, because you're wrong. Fallout is a great fucking show. I love Fallout.
Fantastic.
I love this season of Fallout, which for some reason people are shitting on. I'm like, are you blind? But there's a way to do this right. Like, there's a love, there's a care you have to have for the story, the characters, and especially the fans of that franchise. There's a way to do it right. And I just feel like a lot of these networks don't care about getting it right.
Would you say that The Sopranos was a franchise?
No. That was just a good show, a good series. That was, I'm talking like fandom versus say,
well, you don't think
a drama or a regular comedy.
You don't think it turned into fandom? The Sopranos turned into fandom?
I think it did, but by that point, it was like its own thing, right? Like, it was its own little story, and yeah, there was a certain fandom to it, but I don't think it was like But there was no branching off from that fandom, right? Like, you only got The Sopranos. You didn't get a spin-off of The Sopranos.
But it was written like a TV show.
Well, what I was going to say before, though, is to your point, Paul, that they're trying to, like, their process, they're trying to not be boring, I guess, with not doing episodic television, but they're actually, what they're doing is just relying on their own experiences, because that's all they know. They don't read books, they don't have these lived experiences, so all they have to rely on is their own lives for that creativity. So they end up inserting themselves into it, and it's boring. I'm sorry, y'all's lives are boring. And I just watched an interview actually with Joe Flanagan, who was on, who played a character in Stargate Atlantis. And he's saying that talking about the new Amazon Stargate show, he's saying that the problem is that the process of Hollywood is so highly vetted and so highly formalized and run by test groups that everything they do is to mitigate every potential risk that they'll ever have. And in the process, they hand you milk toast. They hand you crap, and that's boring, and that they think won't offend anybody. And so in his mind, he's hoping that they don't do that towards the new Amazon Stargate show. But he said that that's one of the biggest mistakes showrunners can make, is try to please everybody, and everybody in their mind is just their own sphere, I guess.
Well, by rules, I didn't mean that.
Right. And I just wanted to clarify what Dante about Fallout. Rings of Power, the Halo show, Witcher, all of these things, Wheel of Time, they were all taken by people that didn't like the source material, didn't like the people that liked the original source material, and then actively destroyed it. Like, Halo is really the one I'm going to go to, but they took Master Chief out of the armor. They did everything wrong. Yeah, Fallout has its complainers, and they're normally people because it's polarized within the canon of the first two games. But by and large, holy fuck, these people loved the material, loved the fans of it, and treated it like it's the most accurate to every single thing in the world, down to what the characters do based on their stats in the game. And I can back all this up, and I have lore fights. It is one of the most loved. You can tell they love the material. And if every product... And if every product went into it like that, we would be getting far better.
Walton Goggins.
That's very true.
I've got a couple quick topics to talk about before we wrap up and get to your soups. But check this out. Lead roles for women in top films hit 7-year low. That's right. Let's take a look at this story. I'm not sure if you have...
Did a woman write this story? Just wondering.
Possible.
I'm curious.
A woman did write this story.
Sydney Sweeney's in a hit movie right now. So
Denise Petsky wrote it, but I think the important thing is to go down to the chart. Here we go. Here we go in this chart. I'll zoom in on it. We've got a recent history of women and girls as protagonists in movies. In 2007, they were a little over 20. That's 20%. In 2024, 55%. And there's been a correction now in 2025. Now 39% women are the leads in movies. Does this matter? And I'll say this. I think that I don't have a problem with women being the lead in a story. Make it a good story. I think it's the types of stories that they're telling that are terrible, which leads people to believe the wrong conclusion, which is then women should not lead movies, which women are leading bad movies. And that's why we come to this conclusion. Any thoughts on this? And Badger, I'm not sure if you had notes for this one.
I do, but it's sort of just explaining the percentages like you had.
Okay. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I want to get I'm pulling up the chart here of a recent history of Asians in lead roles in film.
Oh God.
I mean, look, I say this tongue in cheek, but this is what I think about every time I see a study like this about who's not being represented, blah, blah, blah. Look, if I just put Asian in there, we get the short end of the deal all the time. And so to whine and cry, it's just the hypocrisy is, we only care about ourselves. And so that's what I think of this study. It's just someone's always got to be complaining that they're not getting enough. They're not getting their fair share. And I'm getting tired of it.
Well, I mean, there have been some objectively very good films that women have, been the leads. I mean, the first Wicked movie, the second, not as big a reaction, but it still made money. Snow White, not so much. I don't know
I have a question on the article. It says of the 100 top grossing films of 2025. So they're putting women in movies. They're just not making money because the top grossing films, female leads are only 39%. Is that what this is? Is that what this is saying?
Yes.
The top grossing
mainstream
films.
movies.
So women are in movies. People just aren't going and watching them. They're not successful movies.
Well, there was an old statistic, and Paula maybe have some comment on this. Men went to the movies, women watch TV. So the majority of lead roles on television shows were women, majority. And then at the movies, men like to go to the movies. The majority of the movies were male driven because men like to go to them. That was old. I don't think that is true now.
Are you honestly saying that soap operas only appealed to women? And
yes, I'm saying that. Even though I watched General Hospital when Luke and Laura were
same.
Yeah. But any thoughts on this?
Well, we've got already, there was a piece somewhere, I think it was in Pink News, where decrease in gay characters. I mean, we have these self-serving articles all the time because their magazines are trying to find some way to fill their publishing schedule. And that one article complaining about the lack of Asians was written by Emperor Ming. You just have to look at the person who wrote the article.
Right.
Fine journalist, by the way.
Yeah. So, just so you know, I looked it up. In 2007, the total box office was 9.7 billion, and in 2024, where we had the most number of women, it was 8.7 billion in 2007 and 9.7 billion in 2024. So, I don't know how to read that actually, but I thought I'd tell you the numbers.
Let's get to. I had another story, but we're gonna go.
I had a point, but I can't remember what it was.
We'll push it to next week. Let's go to Soups and as we wrap up.
Oh boy.
Dante Gray for 50. Just watched Helen of Troy from 1956. It had Bridget Bardot, and Bridget Bardot was not Helen of Troy. Weird.
Bardot.
I don't know. This is Frenchy. Yeah. Nick Gore for 2.
Thank you, Nick. Is that my face?
Yeah. He's got a whole series of them.
Okay, Nick. That's very funny.
Not another name for 5. I just watched Sucker Punch, and oh boy, that's good trash. Starfleet Academy is not.
There is such a thing as good trash. Sucker Punch, I liked it at the time. I mean, I thought it got too full of itself, but I mean, Nazi zombies and I was kind of wild and crazy. A Zack Snyder fever dream.
Dude, that was some of the
Gore.
worst writing I ever saw. I mean, here's the thing. Again, how do you feel, man? How does your movie bomb when you have hot chicks and schoolgirl outfits fighting zombie Nazis and mecha samurai and dragons? How do you fail with that?
I have no clue.
Golgar for 2. Jaden makes Alexander look butch.
Thanks, Grulgar.
Albert not a retro for 5. Greetings, panel. Especially High Priestess Steph of the Cult of Spicy.
Greetings. Hello.
Steph, you have a fan. Thanks, Albert.
Not another name for another 5. The Orville was better Trek than this. Stellar better. Yeah.
It's true. The Orville was better Trek. It set rules and stuck by those rules.
Albert not a retro for 5. Pegging is woke. Just look at Deadpool.
Well, there you are, Albert.
Is pegging woke? Like, I'm confused on that one.
I guess maybe modern dudes are into that.
It's weird, but is it woke? Like,
yeah, I have no clue.
I don't know what
Albert not a retro for 10. Looking back at old Trek, it was about discussing contemporary issues in a sci-fi futuristic setting. Problem is, we've fixed most of the stuff they're complaining about.
Yeah, it doesn't ring true.
Yeah.
Thanks, Albert, again.
Not another name for 5. They will pretty much fuck up Stargate. 100%. Tears my heart out already.
What stories are left? They did 1,000 episodes.
But Paul, you just said it. Good writing. You do the same thing with a slight little variation.
Yeah,
and
true.
The technology
You're
is
right.
better. And you know what I'm saying? Come on, work with me. Albert not a retro for 2. Hey, Alan, make your own movie and put Asians in it. Yeah.
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 Why don't
Well,
you
I mean,
do
if,
that?
if we could
Alan?
learn to act for one thing.
Oh,
And
so sorry.
the other thing I find is when you have a lot of Asians in a movie, it's hard to distinguish characters from one another.
Oh my god.
Yes, The Last Geisha. I will always remember that.
Thank you.
Wait,
to our
another one
mods.
coming in hot.
Oh, Tina Guzman, member for 18 months. Hi. Did you ever review Jennifer Esposito's movie?
What was her movie?
Wasn't it
What was-
Crash? Where is it?
What was the movie? We need to know what
You
the
have to
movie
look
is.
it up. Look her up.
Yeah, we'll have to look up. What was the name of it?
Wasn't she in
and then-
Crash?
Albert, not a retro for
The
5.
Cronenberg movie Crash?
Was she?
Yeah. Dante, when he gets it on International Women's Day, it's woke.
Oh,
there
that's
you go.
right. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And
Shout out
Thanks
to
to our
our mods, Lord Thoth and Oluluqui.
Wow, you can pronounce that.
He phonetically has put it in chat, trolling Chris so many times that I practice it. Oluluqui.
is that screwing up your voice?
It's the music that's screwing
It's
up the line.
screwing up. All right, I won't
Yeah,
play
when you
the
have to
music.
compete with the music. That's
I'm not gonna do it then. But thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, Ololique, appreciate you, Atomic Lori, Glenuccio. Let's go around the horn. Everybody, plug your channel as we wrap up.
Steph, My Nerdy Home. Come check me out. I stream every single day.
Cool. I watch Steph.
Dante, Verbal Riot. Tune into VRL tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST.
Yeah.
Call me Chato every once in a while when I come up with something worth doing. Something should come up soon, eventually. I promise.
Appreciate it, Paul.
Badgercast coming up. We'll watch some of the trailers we didn't get to. And I see some of you in the chat. If you think Fallout and they didn't respect the lore, come fight me because I know more than you do. Yay, 30 minutes.
I love chatting with you all. You can find me here on YouTube at Nerd Cookies. I ramble about sci-fi and fantasy news, theories, and lore. I got lots of videos talking about Brandon Sanderson's unprecedented deal to adapt Mistborn and Stormlight, Amazon Stargate, the state of Star Trek. So check it out. Just reached 150,000 subs. So thank you all.
Woo! Congrats, Lane. Congrats.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Hollywood on the Rocks Wednesday. Just to put a positive spin on Star Trek Episode 6. It is not the gayest episode. of the series.
I don't know if that's a good thing, Alan. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Can I just say thank you very much for having me on. I love doing Versus. I tell every stream that I'm on, It is the best stream.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Keep telling them.
And we have a bet, right, Paul?
We
You're
love
the
having
best.
you, Paul. But I don't want to abuse you too much. Because I see you other places.
Yeah.
I
Let's cross
abuse
streams
myself
once in a while.
regularly. I'm married.
We'll cross the streams. We'll cross streams. Alan and I will be back on Wednesday. Sub to everyone here. And thank you, everyone. Alan?
Let's get out.